Hello. Hello.
Check one, check one.
Hey, there we go. All right, I hear you guys. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5x5.
Okay. Except my music is not coming. My soundboard said my music is coming in, but
You have it
I'm not
muted?
hearing it. No. God damn it.
Well, the stream music is nice tonight.
The what music?
So when I set up the Twitch stream, we have a starting screen that says the Abysmals, and I have background music for it.
Yeah.
But I just have it tied to a YouTube channel that sometimes plays some good stuff and sometimes doesn't.
Okay.
And it's playing some really good stuff tonight. Very apropos to the channel, it sounds like.
Excellent. Excellent.
Do you need my music tonight, Jared?
I'm gonna try to. Where the fucking?
If you can't, I loaded up some that looks like it's not going to have too many ads on it, if it has any at all, because usually it has little dash lines on it when it has ads on it. But I don't know. I can't guarantee anything.
I'd
But
say
I've got
use an
some
ad
preloaded.
blocker, but
not
YouTube's been
going to.
cracking down on ad blockers big now.
That's a virus.
What browser do
haven
you
right
use?
I use
Safari.
Firefox.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm
because
not
y'all are
using
Apple, right?
any I'm not using any ad blocker whatsoever.
Chrome has a really good ad blocker.
Built into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do extensions through those to where it's just through Firefox or Chrome. I'm not
So you
Apple,
can
I
do
just use Firefox.
You can
Okay,
do them
I'm
through
gonna-
Safari as well. It's just
Yeah,
I
you
just
can.
don't want to do it because I don't want to do anything that's going to give me any kind of chance at a virus or anything like that.
I've actually got stuff that'll block trackers and everything.
I've got
Cool.
stuff like that too. I'm on WebRoot and two other ones too. I can't remember what they're called. Norton and something else.
Okay, I'm
Always-
gonna hop out of the Discord real quick and see if I can get this working. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Cade.
Cool.
I was never a big fan of any of the Norton stuff.
Norton,
I'm not
Nope.
either. I have it.
you
from
know that
old.
I know that you know that I know that you've been watching me.
I remember the guy who created Norton was fucking nuts.
So when I bend over, start fucking.
Is that
You never
Eddie
seen
Murphy?
Eddie Murphy? Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Slow down, Norton.
Oh, it was a guy from McAfee that was crazy, not Norton.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
I use
Sounds to me like
WebRoot.
they're all
two
batshit.
others. I can't remember that.
They're all infected with viruses.
Well, I can get Chrome on my Apple on my
I'm trying to remember the name of that.
computer if I want.
Can't remember where I saw that. Might have been on Twitter.
I'm gonna start up the music anyway for him until he gets back. Unless you still got your music playing, Jeff.
No, I'm to the main screen now, so there's no music that goes with that.
I shall begin. Let me know if it's too loud or not. You hear it?
Not yet.
You can't hear that?
There it is. I hear it now.
But you can't hear the bass on it? You can't hear the piano?
I hear
Yes.
the music.
Is it too loud?
No, it's good.
Oh, it's too loud.
John, you sound way better today.
Who does?
John.
I don't know why my earbuds are not connecting to Discord the way that they used to. They very glitchy. I'm just on my speakerphone.
But you guys can hear that okay?
At least I can.
It's good for me.
Okay, is that your music or is that my music?
That's my music. Let me turn off mine and see if I can hear yours.
Turn yours off real quick. Yep.
It's off.
All right, do y'all hear it?
No.
I don't hear
You
yours.
don't hear that
Jeremy.
organ?
No.
No.
This is Strahd's organ music that he was playing. I can't.
He's playing with his organ.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any good organ music. I looked for some specifically for it, so I just found some 1 hour of Curse of
Well, he's already
Strahd
quit
creepy
playing
orchestra music.
organ now, so it's all ruined.
Well, you know, as soon as he leaves it, it's playing by itself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what's going on.
Do you want my music or not?
Yep. Turn yours on.
Yeah, turn yours on. That's a piano. That's as close as I can get.
That's fine.
Everything I found orchestra had ads all through it. I mean, not orchestra, I mean organ, I mean.
Nope, no problem. All right. So
This might have an ad at the end of it too, so be prepared. I have to flip back.
that's okay.
Okay. So we are still theater of the mind. Is that correct?
Still
no
theater
map.
of the mind at the moment. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be an ad for Denture Cream.
Maybe.
So yeah, you guys are at a big old table, and you're there with you're there with some vampires. In particular, Strahd and some other fine individuals. And the last two people to come out were Professor Burvos and Irina.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jared.
Mm-hmm. You are
Would
wrong.
anybody else know? Okay, thank you.
No.
Would anybody else know who Professor Provos was?
No.
Besides me. Okay. All right.
No.
Can I do a perception check to see if I recognize Oglethorpe's reaction, not looking at Arena and seeing this other person?
Sure.
Because I know that he's told the story.
Yes, I've told you all of it.
I think the big question is, is it? I was gonna say, is your attention so drawn by Irina sitting down there? Do you even notice anything else?
Well,
Exactly.
But
I
that's
know
fair.
Arena.
That's a
We
pretty
knew
good
Arena
roll.
was going to be here, so it's not like a shock to see her, and we
Right.
knew what he planned to do with her. So,
But you got a good roll there. So yeah, you notice a look of surprise on Oglethorpe, and that he's. I don't even know. Irina may not have even really registered with him because she came in
right,
last.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
kind of
even think Oglethorpe even saw her.
that's what made me recognize it. He didn't even divert his attention when he's so
He-
Arena based.
Oglethorpe right now, he looks like he has seen a ghost. He is almost in shock.
Just an extra piece of information that I had.
Do you say anything? Do you just sit there and stare at her? Just gape?
He's just kind of staring at her agape, but you can't really tell, if he doesn't say anything at the moment.
I will
He's
notice
just,
that and say, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, he's just staring at her, and he looks like he's seen a ghost, and he will not leave his eyes from her.
And since
Period.
I noticed that, I will just say, remember everyone, keep very civil.
And
Is
as she
it obvious
sits
to everyone
down,
that these are vampires? All these people are vampires.
that best that you can tell, give me a perception check.
Well, everybody sat down is sitting down at tables with only it's either goblets or food and stuff. So if they sit down at a goblet place, I'm assuming they're vampires.
You can give me a perception check. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Uh,
22.
it would appear that everyone here, has that undead pallor about them. White, kind of very very pale skin, dark around the eyes. Very clearly looks, um, not well, with the exception of Irina. And I think the best way to describe Irina would be that she just has a very blank look on her face, but she's not pale. She's not, she doesn't have the sunken eyes,
Can
but
I?
she just looks kind of flat affect.
I would think she's probably still charmed in some way.
Does she have a beverage or anything?
She's
Uh,
picked up the goblet.
she does have a goblet. Yes.
Okay. But can we tell
It's
if it's wine or otherwise, or undetermined?
I mean, it looks similar to what's in the other glasses.
Okay.
well, we ended last time with her
Well,
taking the sip or pulling it up. I just didn't
Yeah,
know.
she picked it up. Yep. So, from the other end of the table, from Irina, this very charming older lady that came in, near the end, right before Irina, picks up her goblet, and Reverend, you notice, since you were kind of looking at Oglethorpe, she kind of picks up the goblet and gives it a little very almost imperceptible nod at Oglethorpe, and then just the left side of her lips, just left side of her mouth, the lips just kind of curl up in a little smirking, George W. Bush sneer smirk type situation. And she takes a sip, and then just a little sip, and then she starts just turns up the glass and says, "To our guests," and just guzzles it. And all of the other vampires and Irina just turn up their goblets, with the exception of Strahd, who just sits and watches and looks at each one of you individually around the table. And they just start just pouring this what you can only assume is blood, knocking it back, drinking it. It's dripping down both sides of all their chins as they're just
Fucking
just
sloppy drinkers.
guzzling it,
Is it all
just guzzling it.
anticoagulated, or are there like chunks?
No, it's all very it's very
Clean,
nice and
pure,
viscous. Yep, it's good. And
fine
and
vintage.
I just wondered if the
and
platelets
uh,
had been kicking in. Or
and Zlatan Miroslav, you as well have that glass of blood before
Ooh.
you.
yeah. I know you keep trying to kind of imply that I'm tempted by this, but I really intended to write into my character that I was going to have a
You
hunger
you
for human blood. But
you play it how you want to play it. I'm just telling you
okay.
that they've given you this. They've given you this goblet of blood,
All right.
after you made a comment about not having an appetite or something along those lines that you said.
Okay.
But you do with it what you want.
Okay.
And
Well,
as they
okay.
all stop drinking, um, Strahd once again, well, with their thirst sated, perhaps we can focus on conversation and all getting to know one another just a little bit better.
Uh, Oglethorpe will kind of snap out of it just for his gaze at her, and he'll take a. Have we been eating first? like
But
before they came in or anything?
no, I mean they started coming in. Your food was on your plates. Well, I think you did because I said you'd eaten some food and it tasted
Yeah, it's
great and
delicious. Yeah.
delicious and smelled great. So yeah,
Oglethorpe.
because
Yeah, Oglethorpe will kind of snap out of it and take his handkerchief and wipe his lips a little bit and fold it back into his lap, and he'll pick up his goblet of wine. It's wine in there, right? I assume. Do we have
we're on
wine
our way
or?
to find out.
Well, I want to inspect it, and look at it, and
Think
see.
something.
I think it's
You
wine.
said there was champagne or a golden liquid in front of all of us,
Yeah,
as well as
it's
wine available, I think.
It's
there's
plasma.
wine and it's a as you look at it, there's a red wine and there's some like a bubbly wine as well. You got a couple of glasses in front of
Is it
you.
from
All
Wizards
right,
of Wine?
I will take the bubbly clear wine, and Oglethorpe will take it. He'll wipe his mouth and kind of snap out of it and regain his composure. And he will lift his glass and he'll say, "I would first like to make a toast to our host." And he would say, "To Strahd, your taste in cuisine is quite exquisite." And he'll take a little sip of his wine and he'll say, "It's a shame your taste in your companions is equally as repugnant." And he'll look at Bravos and put the glass down.
Oh, oh, Oglethorpe, she says. How incredibly far the mighty have fallen. When last I saw you, you were one of the most powerful and impressive wizards on all of the Sword Coast. Now look at you, doting around like a lost little puppy. It is quite, well, I'm afraid to say you've made a bit of a fool of me. But then again, you always did like to embarrass me every chance you got. But here I spoke so highly of you to our lovely host, and you have come here little more than an imbecile. And she takes up her refilled glass because the elf that has been waiting on you has gone around and filled up all of their goblets again. And you notice that he's like got taken out of a pitcher that's got like a little little flame underneath it, keeping it nice, keeping it warm, but not boiling, but just keeping it warm, body temperature,
Around 98.6.
around
Yeah.
98.6 degrees. And yeah,
Oglethorpe will finish. He'll take another sip of his bubbly, and he will say, "I have to agree with you, Professor. The condition I'm in, no thanks to you, of course. It's a pity you couldn't finish the job, though. All you seem to be able to do is ambush unarmed people and murder innocent bystanders. Hundreds of them. The cowardice in you knows no bounds."
oh dear me, is that what you believed happened? I did everything exactly as I wished to. Killing you along with the rest of those fools would have been much too easy. I wanted you to suffer, suffer in perpetuity, and I believe you have. And it's because of you that all of those people, all of your friends, your party, all of those admirers, the people that came to see you and your dedication, man, it is because of you and your insolence. That is why they are dead. It's not my fault they were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time or chose to admire one You deserve so little admiration.
I
Toxic
find it
therapy can be
amusing that you would blame the
You can't sleep?
victims when
Listen
you
to me.
held the sword.
Oh, Piffle, I've never held a sword in my life.
More.
It's
My
metaphor.
apologies. I will try to speak monosyllabic next time.
Oglethorpe just he's what she's saying is wearing on him now because all of his friends, everyone he ever knew, are dead, and it's all because of him. And he's not. He's is just a little bit of vitality and strength that he brought up against her. Because normally, I mean, one on one back in the day, he would have wiped the floor with her. I mean, just wiped the floor with her. But she caught them all by surprise with the meteor storm, and his one with the word protected him because he wasn't prepared for it. And none of them were prepared for it either. And it just wiped everybody out. And then she caught him unprepared with that prismatic spray. But he just was able to wither up some gumption there, you know, for a little bit. But you could see he's just kind of withering away at the moment. He's feeling just the guilt and the angst of remembering about all of his companions dying, all because it was his fault. And you can see him kind of deflating a bit as she says these things.
And the more you kind of visibly are deflated, as you said, the more bravado she gets, and she kind of
Oh yeah.
sits up straight. And I was quite shocked when my plans went off so exquisitely. I really expected much more from you, but all of that praise that you received from, well, everyone, not really deserved, was it? For if it was, well, you would have stopped me. As much as it pains me to say, and as much as it irks me and eats me to my core, yes, you are always more gifted and more powerful. But not on that day where
Oglethorpe will just muster up his last bit of strength and he'll say, all of this for jealousy. You truly are lost, and you are deserving of the companion Strahd you have there. Both of you
oh,
can burn
yes,
in hell for all I care.
I am deserving. I am deserving of eternal life. I am deserving to go through this eternal life with one as powerful. Yes, as truly powerful as Strahd. I am very deserving and very, very happy. And she just guzzles another goblet full of blood. Just drips down her chin. And y'all,
Mm-hmm.
while you're watching this go on, and again, you got each one of you is sitting, you're sandwiched by a vampire to your left and a vampire to your right. And next to y'all, uh, there is uh, I don't know, probably she looks like she's probably in her mid 20s, but clearly she's much, much older than that. And she's just, with blood dripping down either side of her chin. She has turned to you and is just looking at you in fascination. And as you look at her, do you look back at her? Do you try to, notice, you see out of the corner of your eye, she's just staring at you intently.
Yeah, so I completely out of my element. I've never seen a castle like this. I've never seen a feast like this. I'm sure I don't even realize what the majority of the food is on the table. So I'm just out of my element and feeling. I'm sure I'd be able to feel those daggers she's staring and just kind of, snap my head over because I'm on high alert right now.
And so you like step, you kind of you turn in her direction, and you're a little, clear a little taken aback, a little shocked by it, and she, ooh, what what are you? And she reaches her hand out like and like puts like the back of her fingers up on the side of your face, like she's rubbing them down. What a marvelous creature you are. What? And you just see she has got a fucking insane, crazy look in her eyes. What? I have never seen one such as you. I have never tasted one such as you. What? What are you? What are you juicy? Are you sweet? Are you salty? What are you? And just, she's that just over and over and over again, same gibberish almost, as she's looking at you and caressing the side of your face with the back of her fingers.
Ooh, I'm frozen. I just, you know as much as I do. I'm not for sure. And who are you?
I am Rivia. Rivia is my name. Oh, you look so delicious. Master, please. Just, just a little nibble. Just a little, just a little drop. Just a little drop. Please. And the young man across from her, Rivia, stop this nonsense. Act like you have some decorum. For once in your pitiful undeath. And she stares back at him. I'm thinking of like the Twi'leks in Mandalorian, the brother and sister that the Mandalorian broke the brother out of jail, and
Oh yeah.
how they
Yeah.
just went continually back and forth at each other, and just clearly they loved each other but hated each other, and that's kind of the vibe that you're getting immediately as she looks at over him. Ulrich, oh, you mind your own business. You have your own little toys over there to play with. You leave me to mine. And she just looks back at y'all and just stares at you, just tongue out, and almost, if she could breathe, she would almost be panting.
I'm just locked. I'm locked into her eyes, just trying to gauge just how fucking crazy this chick is, since she is batshit.
Well, you can give me an insight check if you really want to see.
Yeah, let's do that. My classic exhaustion here to help. Right off a natty 20, of course.
As best you can tell, I mean,
Here, there's 4 more for guidance.
it's not hard. I mean, she is
Yeah,
just
just
disconnected from any
unhinged.
reality, completely
Okay.
unhinged, and you can just it's just yeah, what she's saying is 100%. I mean, she wants nothing more than to just clamp down on you and taste what you are, as you're so different than anything that she's ever seen. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
um,
I'm clutching that moonstone in my right hand, just white knuckled death gripping that thing just in case.
and at the other end of the table, Stella, next to you is a beautiful and striking, and I would think of this like she's, I'm trying to think of a good who this like a Michelle Pfeiffer, at her current age, so she's older, but just absolutely gorgeous and striking, and just wow, even with her pale
Huge
skin and
eyes.
fangs, huge eyes. And she looks at you, Stella. Well, aren't you a beauty? Tell me, tell me, darling. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You are beautiful.
Ella's gonna pick up her glass of wine and she's gonna kind of turn and give all her attention to this vampire. She's gonna smile. She's gonna say, "Well, thank you," and she's gonna introduce herself. My name is Stella. Uh, I've come from Valaki, and she actually is curious to know more about her as well, and is going to ask her how long she's been here in the castle.
Oh, well, dear, my name is Liliana. I don't I don't rightly know how long I've been here, but it seems that I don't remember being anywhere else. Tell me, what's the story with the priestly man in the robes over there? And that exquisite being with the horns. What can you tell me about them?
She's gonna look over and she'll point to Raylan, and she's gonna say, "Sunshine," and she's gonna tell her that he radiates sunshine and warmth, and she's gonna look at Salim, and um, she's gonna kind of eye him a little bit, and she's gonna say that she doesn't really. I don't really know a whole lot about him. But I know he has a brother in Valaki, and I think he has a sister, but he's. I don't know a whole lot about him. But sunshine's nice.
Sunshine's horrid. Well, either of them spoken for? Are you betting one or both? Or perhaps interested in betting one or both? I don't normally like the attention of young ladies, but I believe the four of us might have some fun. Yes, perhaps. Strahd, please, could I take them
Yeah.
upstairs for a bit? Haven't had a good romp in quite some time. Lord knows that, well, Tereska certainly can't give it to me like he once could. And he looks across the table at this other, you know, vampire male that, big, bulky, strong, was clearly a big dude in his time, good looking guy. And he just looks at her with venom.
That's awesome.
And Zlatan Mirslav, next to you, is a young man. He says, "So, what makes you special that got you an invite to this pretty little party?" And all these conversations are happening simultaneously. Kind of keep that in mind. It's not like a. I'm just.
Mm.
These are all happening at the same time. When one of them's talking to she's talking to Stella, the same guy. The other one's talking to y'all. So it's all happening simultaneously. And
Well,
Strahd's just
Stella's very
watching it all.
excited. Stella's
Okay.
very excited, and she's just kind of bouncing up and down in her seat, drinking her wine, smiling, and looking at everybody.
Does she not understand what's really going on? Like that these are vampires, or does she know? Or
I think she's aware, but I don't think she feels threatened in any way.
oh, okay.
No, she's a cat.
That's
All
right.
right, time she wants.
That's right.
So yeah, this this guy looks a little bit like a hayseed that's talking to you as Latin.
Okay.
That's what makes you so special. Brought you here.
I couldn't say only that my creed has always been remedying the suffering of the world. I can abide no suffering since I have arrived in this dark land. All I have seen is suffering, quiet suffering, dreadful suffering, punctuated by more severe acts of senseless violence and death, all under the governorship of your Lord. Why this senseless hatred and suffering is his preference, I cannot imagine.
Suffering. Well, suffering is all you'll ever find in these lands. These lands were birthed on suffering. It's all they've ever known. It's all they ever will know. Abide it or not, this is your lot in life now. Perhaps your lot in unlife. I notice you do not eat. They have given you a goblet of blood, yet you do not drink. It's curious.
It is true that I do not have the light coursing through my veins that I once did. I'm both like you and unlike you. I would presume that you have been made into this form by another man.
You kind of cut out, honestly.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're hard to
perfect. Of course I
understand.
did. I would say, all right, I'll say it again. I'm both like you and unlike you. The life that once coursed through my veins no longer does. I presume that you were made the way you are by another vampire, but that is not the path that has brought me to this end. It is a dark nature that has made me what I am.
I see. And he kind of looks at you for a few minutes. He just kind of sits and looks at you silently. Not for a few minutes, but a good 30 seconds or so. He's just looking at you and sizing you up. Do you carry anything, on your that would show your druidic path that you're now on?
Um, I think my staff would look like a druidic magical
Druidic
focus.
focus. Okay. And he leans in very close to you. And he takes a. It's almost like he's smelling you because he's just trying to absorb anything and everything he can out of your essence. And he says, "In the far southwest of this land, seek out the druids. They may have answers for you."
Mm.
And he goes back and turns back to his goblet, his newly freshly topped off goblet, and takes a big swig and just goes about watching everything else that's happening.
I'll just say this and then move on to the next one. Zlatan still, identifies, so to speak, as a cleric,
Right.
of Ilmater, but since he transitioned from a living human to an undead, he's been cut off from his divinity, but all of his nature cleric knowledge and skills and everything that was a part of him aside from his link to Ilmater is still with him, and it's only getting stronger as the divine is no longer directing his power. His strength from nature is getting more powerful. So he wouldn't necessarily identify himself as a druid per se, but
Right.
this has definitely piqued his interest, if you would say that.
Yeah.
It's piqued my interest. Not Oglethorpe's. Stevens.
um, which one is? Oh yeah. Okay. So, Ackless. Next to you is a young girl. You know, probably no more than appearing no more than 15, 16 years old. No, that's
That
12
seems
years old. That's right.
12.
12 years old. 12 years old. That's right.
Yeah.
12 years old. That's the one that's next to you. And you notice that unlike the rest of them, she did sip at her goblet, but she did not drain it. And she was not as ravenous about it. She's the only one that did not just guzzle it down, but she has been sipping it very carefully, very slowly. Hello, Mr. Ackles. That is your name, isn't it? Mr. Ackles. How are you this evening?
I would say that I am mildly confused. Do you
Oh,
share the condition that these others seem to have?
do I share the You mean, am I a vampire? Dear me, silly, of course I am. Just not, well, just not as slovenly as the rest of this bunch.
I see. Well, I condone your table manners in that case for one of your age.
Well, Mummy always emphasized no elbows on the table. Don't talk with your mouth full. Be very polite, say your pleases and thank yous. Yes, Mummy always was very, very particular. Well, she's been dead hundreds of years by now. Well, yes, yes, many hundreds of years. But I maintain her lessons. It's like they just a part of me now, much like she became when I drained her dry.
Oof.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Ackles. What does he find so fascinating about you that he brought you into his land? Well, brought you into our land.
I can only guess, but I would appreciate your insight and wisdom on the matter.
Oh, I wouldn't know what to think. He just told me, sit next to the green dragon man. Speak with him. Get to know him. He may be yours one day, is what he said to me. He did. I think I might like that. You
Or
see,
perhaps you will be mine.
oh, I doubt that. You see, I was quite young when I was turned, and though I am many hundreds of years old now, well, I still like my dollies and my playthings on occasion. I think you'd make a delightful plaything. Yes. You like little girls, Mr. Ackles?
Oh, God.
Perhaps not in the same way. And he is starting to get his stand rep a bit.
Oh, God.
I may look like a little girl, but if I decide you'll be mine, oh, you will be mine. Yes. And she picks up her glass, takes just the daintiest little sip, and sets it down.
It appears I have misjudged you, and for that I must apologize. I now believe that your mother would be very disappointed in your table manners.
Well, you see, that's just it, isn't it? She got disappointed in me one time. She didn't yet know what I'd become. I didn't really like drinking blood at first. I would just go home and I would sit. I missed her so. I missed me mummy. I missed the taste of food. I missed the warmth of the sunlight on my face. The rare occasion that it would peek through the mist. And I went home and she didn't know what had happened to me. She got very cross when I wouldn't eat. And she kept saying, Darling, Erin, eat your dinner. Your dinner's getting cold, darling. Erin, you must eat. You must eat your dinner, dear Erin. She didn't understand. I couldn't eat. I tried. I couldn't eat. And I was so hungry. So very, very hungry. And finally she said, Erin, you're being rude. You're hurting my feelings not eating this dinner that I worked so hard to prepare. And it just snapped. And then I ate. And I ate. And I said, Mommy, I'm starving. I'm sorry, Mommy, but I'm starving. I must. And as the life left her, she says, Eat my hair. Eat. You must eat. I love you. Oh, yes. It was my first kill. And I will remember it. Always. And it was so delectable. So empowering. Every time her heart beat, it pumped the blood into my mouth. And you can see her, she's looking at your neck.
Jesus Christ.
Just getting closer. Oh, it's so invigorating. And you hear Strahd. Erin! Enough. Back to your seat. Remember yourself. Remember where you are.
I was under the impression that we were guests under your roof, Lord Strahd.
You are indeed a guest under my roof. Do you not think she would have ripped your throat out by now if you were not? You might be hungry.
I am unaccustomed to being threatened when a guest.
Well, my apologies, dear sir. It is so long and so rare that we are accompanied by living that perhaps we lose sight of some of the niceties of which you have grown accustomed to. And
Whew.
Reverend
Nicholas has got his adrenaline is just pumping through him. Like he is stopping himself from shaking right now. He's so worked up. If they do this to a child, the of perversion, the level of disgrace to which they stooped, is just eating up, is trying his best to maintain composure.
All right. Reverend Raylan.
Yes, hello. Hello.
A young, I don't know, probably early 20s, mid 20s, attractive young lady. Not, not drop dead gorgeous like Liliana, but attractive.
Color hair, yeah.
Blonde,
Okay.
most almost really closer to white. As a yeah, she's been been undead for quite some time. And she looks a little sullen. She looks around the room and she looks at Liliana and Rivia. Liliana set her sights on you. Looks to me like you're in for, well, pure terror and hell, absolute ecstasy, or perhaps a combination of both. My name
Well,
is
that is.
Namira.
Hi, Namira. Hello, Namira.
So, a priest, I take it?
A cleric of sorts, yes. I was chosen by a goddess that is quite lovely. As you yourself and all your compatriots are, everybody is quite beautiful. Sadly, you're missing one aspect that I would really, really enjoy, and that was just to see sunlight hit all of your heads. Just because, I looked to Arena, you see, I kind of show her my emblem of Soon, that you'll see this beautiful woman? She has this red hair, it's great. And I look over at Arena and I'm like, it's just a sadness inside of me. Soon, goddess of beauty and light, and I have been hollow ever since I have been in this place a little. I see plenty of beauty, but I see darkness and sadness, and that red hair should be glistening in the sun. It should be bright and red and beautiful. And it's just lost a little bit of its color, as you would say.
Well, first of all, thank you for saying I'm beautiful. I don't see it myself, but, well, I
Oh,
do
quite. That
appreciate it.
is beautiful hair. And I kind of grab her hair and hold it in my fingers and kind of let it fall. It's like, look how it shimmers. It is nice. And it's off the candlelight. It's white. It's nice reflectiveness.
And she reaches up and takes your hand and, like, you know, excuse me, you did not ask for consent to touch my hair kind of way. Put your hand back into your lap. If you do not want your evening of torture and hell to begin early, I would advise you not to let Liliana well, see you treat me in any way that might indicate you have an interest, though I am flattered.
Oh, don't excuse this as an interest. I was just admiring beauty where it lives. Everywhere there is beauty.
She does not like it when anyone is beautiful other than her, so I just wouldn't let her hear you say anyone else but her is beautiful.
I appreciate your offer of to save my, you know, terror and
Well,
horror.
the master has ordered us all to be on our best behavior tonight. And unlike, unlike some of these fools, I am able to do what my master tells me to do.
Well, that is good. Yes, some of them are very uh, thirsty, as it would seem. It seems like almost like they very rarely get to eat. That they had to down it so quickly?
Oh no, we are all quite well fed.
Is it, excuse me, I'm not going to ask you your age because that is very rude, but it's one of those things. Like, is it the older you get, the less greedily you drink, or is it just, special preference per person?
As I said, we were ordered to be on our best behavior. I am doing my very best to do just that, because that is what the Master wishes. And I will do what the Master wishes always.
I'll look down at Strahd. Good sir, thank you for having us to your home, and let me say, my dinner partner here is acting exquisitely polite. And give him a thumbs
Strahd
up.
just he just nod. You give him a thumbs up and smile goofily. Two thumbs up.
Yep,
In my finger guns.
buddy Jesus.
And
Shoot
Strahd
him,
just kind
McGavin.
of nods his head and toasts. Holds his glass up at you. And last but not least, as Heckle has passed out in his food, he sucked down three things of wine, and he's passed out face first in his plate. So last but not least, um, there is a man probably in his would have guessed to be in his 40s or so, sitting next to Salim. Yeah, I hope you have not found my compatriots to be too unnerving. And he picks up his goblet and takes a long drink and just sets it down and just looks at you, just stares at you intently.
I must admit, it's very hard for me to sit here.
Really? Why is that?
But the longer I sit here, the easier it gets.
Oh, really? That's interesting. And he kind of leans over a little bit closer to you.
I kind of flinch back a little bit, but I try to hold my composure.
Didn't mean to startle you. So sorry. Did I hear someone across the table saying you have a brother in Balaki?
Supposedly. I guess there's a chance we could be brothers, but I am not convinced.
And do you know who it is?
I believe he is called Isaac, although I mispronounce it a lot.
You should have said Isaac in character just to make them think it's a person named Isaac and not Isaac.
So you
He's
say
the
Isaac.
bartender on a
He's the bartender on a
giant
large
cruise
cruise
ship.
liner.
So as you say Isaac, kind of an eyebrow raises, and he says, "Really, that is well, that is fascinating. And you believe you might be brothers? Please, uh, you must tell me more. This is just incredible."
Well, according to him, we share dreams. Dreams of our mother. Parts seem
And
plausible and parts quite fanciful. But a lot of my childhood I don't remember, so there's
have you
always a
had these
chance.
dreams?
I'm sorry.
And have you had these dreams that he speaks of?
We do share some common dreams.
Such as? Please tell me.
Oh God, you're putting me on the spot.
Well, you know you don't have to share with the vampires your life story, right?
It's what it's all about, brother. Come on.
Well, to give Baron von Strahd all this information.
I have had zero notes other than the names of these characters, of these vampires tonight. So, come on, man.
Jared, you are fucking slaying it tonight, dude. I mean, killing it, bro. Killing it.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you.
Yeah,
So come
I
on,
do.
what you
So,
got?
but
Share some of your dreams.
One dream is of my mother cooking in a kitchen with Isaac and my sister as young children.
And pray tell, who is this? Who is this sister?
Once again, this is a point of some contention, and he casts a sideways glance at Irina, but he pulls it back very quickly.
Hmm,
I'd rather not say at this point.
very interesting. Very
And tell me of
interesting.
yourself.
There is
What's your
very
name?
little to tell. My name is Ulrich. Ulrich. Ulrich.
Ulrich.
I am. I grew up in a town that no longer exists here in Barovia.
So tell me, Ulrich, how do you like to be controlled? With a velvet glove or a steel gauntlet?
Oh, well, that sounds like we might try a bit of both if you're up for it.
And he leans in just a bit and whispers, because when I'm in charge, I'd like to know how you get controlled.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
Oh,
quite funny, quite funny.
that is marvelous. You and I may be friends.
Well, you have to ask yourself, why did Strahd bring Isaac's brother here?
Well, I am interested to find out why you're all here. But if you are indeed Isaac's brother, you and I may share something in common indeed.
And why is that?
As I said, the place of my birth no longer exists. The ruins of the village are still there. And if you are the brother of this Isaac, well, he looks at Irina. He and, well, this version of Tatiana, their mother is in the ruins of Berez. Perhaps yours is as well.
Salim, his back stiffens a little. His hand instinctively drops to a dagger at his waist.
Ah, ah, ah. Don't
Let's
be
leave my
hasty.
mother out of this, shall we?
I'm simply telling you, if you are indeed the brother of Irina and Isaac, you will find your mother in Berez. It's Berez. And at that point, this has been going on for a while. You guys have been eating, you've been talking. I assume we're eating. I don't know. Maybe some of you are so freaked out you're not eating. Is anybody just. Stella clearly is sucking all her food down because she thinks this is a fucking trip a walk in the park.
Oglethorpe already said he ate some. He was eating some.
Oglethorpe ate a little bit.
He complimented the
Yeah.
host on the food.
Aklis, where are you?
I, I, Aklis's appetite would have went out the door when the 12-year-old walked in.
Okay. So Aklis hadn't really eaten anything.
Were you
Salim, Raylan.
beforehand at
Well, if
all?
according to the journal, Salim is partaking of the food.
Yep. Okay.
Yes, I expect safe conduct and stuff, so I
Yeah.
was eating
Okay.
like regular.
Okay.
To be clear, I'm leaving it to timing. So if they walked in before we started eating, he wouldn't have eaten. If we were
Okay.
eating before they walked in, he would have had some.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You all started
bread,
eating.
salad, first course.
Yeah. Because you kind of motioned to eat and have go ahead and eat and imbibe, and then the other guests started arriving. So let's just the conversation, the eeriness, the some in some cases they just kind of get quiet, and it's just awkward silence around the table. But I assume some of you continue eating, some of you stop eating, and eventually Strahd stands up, and when he stands up, all the other vampires stand as well. My guests, I do thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure to get to know each of you just a little bit better. We shall be retiring to our chambers for the evening. Or some of us may go out for a hunt, I do not know. Regardless, we will be leaving you. You're welcome to stay and explore the first floor of the castle if you would like. Whenever you're ready to leave, your carriage awaits. Do not go up any stairs or down any stairs, but feel free to wander around the first floor. I cannot guarantee your safety if you leave the first floor. When you are ready to depart, the carriage sits outside. And they all push their chairs back away from the table. And except for the elf who was there, they all depart and go out the double doors.
As
We would
they're
assume they're going to
departing,
take us back to where they picked us up. Is that fair or not?
So all I said was whenever you're ready to go, the carriage awaits.
Okay. So we don't know
um,
where it'll take us necessarily.
I would assume it would take us back to where we
My
were, but
horse knows
that's
the way to carry this load.
just.
What were you saying, Raylan?
I would just like to say, Arena, it is great to see you again. Hopefully, we will see you soon.
Oh, and then
And
Oglethorpe
And just
says,
to see if she got a reaction or not.
Go ahead.
no reaction at all. She just like she'd never acknowledged, never recognized any of you, nothing.
Yeah,
The
if we weren't
second
here,
you
I would
said
try to send a
Irina,
charm or something.
the second Raylan says Irina, Oglethorpe, snaps out of where he was and looks at her and says, Irina! Irina! Granddaughter! Don't go! And he's going to kind of reach out and kind of fall out of his chair clumsily, kind of, because he's like trying to get up, but he tripping over his own robes and stuff just because he's old.
And you hit the floor, and you just hear that chilling laugh that you heard. That was basically the last thing that you heard as you turned to stone over 1,000 years ago. You hear that
Ah.
laugh in your ears.
Is he on the
And
same side of the table as Celine? Or are we on opposite sides of the table?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd gone to help him
I
up if he
rushed to
was
him
on my
to
side.
help him up off the floor.
You just see.
Oglethorpe, as you look up and
Good.
you hear that laughter, and you look up, and she's just standing over you, looking down on you. That same face that you saw as that tear started its 1,000-year journey down your cheek. That same face looking at you, laughing.
Mm.
And your
He's just
companions rush to your side.
dead. As you guys are. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say, Jeff. Or.
Oh no, I was just clearing my throat. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, as she's walking out the room, they're picking me up. His face turns to stone, and you've never seen so much anger and focus on his face. I mean, oh Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? A fucking Chick-fil-A ad right now? Oh my God! You got to be kidding me.
I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah,
we
as
do have
soon.
music.
Though I had a pretty good run there without any ads,
No, I'm saying
but
I'm so angry that mine is not working.
yeah. No, and as soon as when you guys are helping him up, you see he was deflated and defeated and just. Like, you remember when Boromir in Lord of the Rings in the Fellowship when she's telling when he sees Galadriel and he goes into his mind and he's just like, he's just kind of like just
Hmm.
deflating because
Chastened.
yes, because perfect word, because she sees his failure to be able to compose himself with the ring. That's what his face looks like. It's except the utter defeat and failure of protecting his friends and letting
And
them
embarrassing.
die.
It has to be embarrassing.
Yeah, it just and everything. She's just horrible, and he's having to live with this pain. But when you guys are picking him up, man, his face is just angry, and he knows it, he has got to fucking kill this bitch. He's got to get that goddamn book back from Stella. He's got to freaking no, I'm serious. He's got to get his spells. He's got to get back to where he was because he knows he can't do it right now, and he knows he's going to need all of you guys to do it. But he doesn't want to lead you in there because Strahd is powerful enough. He doesn't even care about Strahd right now. He cares about her, and he's got to kill her, and he knows he's going to need you guys to help him. But also he knows we got to kill Strahd. But that's all he can think about at least. So
Over in her
that's
And
chair, you
over in
see
her chair, you see Stella. She's kind of licking her hand and rubbing it across her face like a cat cleaning itself after a meal, and she's just staring at you, taking it all in.
I hope she can see it because he needs that book. Wow, that was. Phew. Wish I could get some freaking music going, but I can't. It's just
Dun
spinning.
dun dun.
Man, Oglethorpe is just. Whew.
All right, so you've been given you've been given leave. You can explore the first floor of the castle here, or you can go out and get back in your carriage
We
and
need to get to the
to leave.
children. We can't. We
Yeah,
won't
I'm
be about.
immediate. As soon as everybody else stands up, I'm getting the fuck out of that room.
Salim looks for the nitro pills to put one under Oglethorpe's tongue.
So yeah, Oglethorpe is.
I think.
But Oglethorpe is like thanking you guys for helping him up. He's not like brushing you off or anything.
Yeah.
He knows he needs every one of you because she's fucking powerful, guys. She might even be more powerful than Strahd. I don't know. She's a badass. I don't even know what
Yeah.
she is. Jared's creating
Well,
this shit, so she's
I
just a
do.
fucking badass.
I do
But
think we need to not spend more time here than we have previously. Get to the children if we can, if we can catch up to them. Make sure we can maybe try to still fulfill a promise.
Whatever you guys, you tell me.
They might be. They said they may be hunting tonight, so we don't want to be close to here.
Well,
I mean, I
besides
feel like there are
getting a
many
good
bosses
meal
that we'll
and
fight one at a time.
seeing the people that we're going to later kill, um, what was the whole purpose?
he
Well, he
said,
originally.
"Go
Yeah.
ahead. You go ahead."
Oh yeah, he originally said he was trying to find a replacement, somebody that he could go off. He's tired of this place
Right,
type
but he
thing.
hasn't really
But
said
nobody.
anything more about that
Yeah.
since we started.
Well, none of us even brought it up
I
to
mean,
say, hey,
obviously
what
I'm the
we
replacement, so I'm trying to figure out
yeah.
why he hasn't said
They
anything.
had that small conversation, and then we didn't. Yeah,
So
go any
so you're
further.
trying to think, why did you get brought to dinner?
Right.
It was just to get information from us, get stories, get more insight on these people that are running around his town that he brought here.
Obviously,
Yes. Good
obviously,
job,
Oglethorpe
Salim.
is not the replacement, so it's one of you guys that what he's looking for. But I mean, yeah, I mean,
But do
I
we
was
also
gonna say
believe that he did bring us here?
if I'd got a chance, I was gonna say let's stop this nonsense and stop beating around the bush and what are you doing here? What do you want us to do? But I never got around to. I was just so enthralled with Jared's fucking roleplay, I couldn't. I couldn't, dude. I was fucking seriously. I was sitting here just with my eyes closed and my mouth open the whole fucking time, just blown away. I was just like, what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, you all would say that basically what you saw of him is he just watched intently everything that was going on. It was like he just took in every sight and every sound through that whole hour long dinner, and basically listening to what the interactions between you all and his minions.
able to get information and not give any.
So yeah, I mean, he got to size each and every one of them, and size you all a
Whoa.
little bit.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm having problems.
All right, so Atlas can have up to 5 of these magical tinkering objects. So he gave one to Oglethorpe, which was the garlic. And the way it works is when he creates one, it's like the one that's farthest back in line expires when he creates a new one.
Okay.
So he is going to.
What about the catnip
He gave Oglethorpe one. Yeah, that was the catnip one. I misspoke.
And you gave
Because
Selena
Atlas is going to create. Yeah, he smells now. The perfume wore off. Ocean sounds are gone. Yeah. He's going to take 3 copper coins and make them smell like just the most pungent, most rancid garlic smell that he can imbibe them with. And on their way out, he's just going to try to flick them behind things or under things. So 3 of these just
Put them in
major garlic smells. I don't know. It's a castle, dude. That shitter is probably 200 feet down.
Yeah.
But it's just like you can hide it behind a grandfather clock or something like that. Would not be obvious where to find it. So it's like those Neutron things. Yeah.
Put one down in one of the pipes of the organ.
Right.
There
yeah.
you go. There you go.
Okay, noted.
Anybody have a can of glitter that we can throw? They'll never get it out.
Glitter, sand, it gets everywhere.
They'll never get it out of that rug, man. Never.
God, that
You
was
guys gonna
awesome.
just depart and go right to the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ready to get out. Yeah.
Oglethorpe is absolutely. You've never seen him so spent in his life, and even just after he's got all of his spells, he's got all of his slots, he's got all of his hit points, but that dude looks like he's aged another 15 years after that confrontation right there, and he goes to Rayland and Salim who are helping him up, and he's like, "Thank you, brothers. Thank you so much. Please, if you wouldn't mind, help me to the carriage.
Of course.
I have no strength."
So
And
is Irina gone? Has she left?
Yes, she left with.
Yeah, how you gonna handle that, Salim? Jeez, that's your sister, man.
Maybe.
I mean,
but I was hoping to talk
Sure,
to her
granddaughter.
before she left, but I think we saw that she was kind of unapproachable in her state.
oh yeah, she was charmed, big time. I could, at least that's what I gathered from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
Did she
was
respond
just-
at all when
No,
when
she was
Oglethorpe
just-
screamed Irina?
No, she was oblivious to everything.
If it wouldn't start a fight, I would have tried to uncharm her, but I knew that wasn't, that would have been bad.
The fight would have been futile.
Hmm.
That's the
Alright, so
one
you guys-
thing that
What
Salim
was
has
the elf who?
really started to learn is the old Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah, because early in this game you would have been fucking swinging, and
Yeah.
you held. I am. Oglethorpe is very impressed with that you were able to contain your composure.
I was okay until he brought up my mother, and then I almost launched myself. But
Yeah, you went for the dagger. That was killer. That was awesome, man.
but I do
Good
help
help.
you to the. He's ready to go. He helps you to the carriage, and we'll wait for everybody else.
Unless you guys want to
Gladly-
explore. You guys
Gladly,
want
did
to
I hear
explore?
you start to say something?
Where is the elf guy? Kind of his butler or whatever you want to call him.
He just stepped back by the door in the dining hall, and he's just there. He's not doing anything. He's just
I'm
waiting for
gonna
you
approach
guys
him.
to do whatever you
There
do.
you
What?
go.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said I'm going to approach him.
Okay.
Well, before we do anything else, John, sometimes it sounds like your mic is right up against your mouth or something. Like some of that stuff you were saying earlier, it was really hard to understand you. So I don't know if
I can't
before
get my earbuds to connect anymore. You
I
guys
just
can't
want to
hear
be
me
able
when
to
I.
I
All
just
right.
want to be able to hear what you're saying because you got such good stuff. I don't want it wasted on a muffled thing that we can't
All right.
hear.
How is it now?
Eh,
About the same.
I
It's
can
just it
hear
was
you, but it
really bad.
is. It's like you've got like piece, like a cloth or something over your mouth.
It's like we're talking like this, or
Much
we're
better.
just,
Much better.
How about now?
It sounded better, at least what I could tell.
Yeah.
I
Before
don't
you
know
get
why
into it,
it's so
it's good.
bad. I'm gonna have to find another system because the earbuds were working great, and all of a sudden they don't connect anymore. You guys can't hear me when I have them on. I hear you, and you don't hear me. And
Just
then
buy
y'all said y'all had reverb when I was going through my laptop, so I'm gonna have to
yeah.
figure out something else.
Just buy a set of a headset with a mic,
cheap
built-in mic.
headset. Yep.
Just a headset with a mic that comes down across it. That'll
Yeah,
solve
I
everything.
have one. I don't remember why I quit using it, but I'll try it again. All
So
right.
you
But
want
go ahead.
to approach the elf?
Yeah,
Okay.
I approach him and I say, "It is not obvious to me why we were brought here. Can you tell us any of your master's motivations for this journey?"
I believe he so told you very clearly what he wanted. He's brought you here to get to know you. He tires of rule. He tires having all of the people of Barovia look to him. He is ready for a successor, and none of this lot is suitable.
Hmm.
And how about you? Do you not crave to succeed your own master?
I will do whatever my master says. I crave only to serve.
All right,
Anything
How
I don't
else?
much?
have
How
anything
much of
else
the
to
first
say.
floor is there that we could look
Yeah.
at?
Does anybody want to
No,
look?
no, no, no.
I don't know. I kind of want to look.
Now that I mean,
I
he
thought you
did
were
give
out of
us
it. You're
access
out of
to
it.
the whole first floor, and this is a huge
We might
building.
find something. I mean, we might find something
let's see.
good.
Let's see. On the first floor, there are. I'm going to see how many pins that are on the map on the first floor.
All right, I'm starting to look.
Oh, we got to. We got his pins. We're going. Come on, man. When are we gonna get a chance to do this again? We gotta do it.
This is what always gets us in trouble.
You didn't sit beside the most unhinged woman in the whole fucking castle.
Oh my god.
30 pins on the first floor.
Oh shit, man. This
All
is a
right,
fucking
where's
dungeon.
the first one? Let's go. What's
Yeah.
the
I'll ask
closest
you one
pin?
more question before I take my leave from him. I will say, I've heard a rumor that there's a masterpiece here created by a man called Fritz von Weird. Created a
I forgot about this.
clockwork man.
Yeah.
Do you
We
know
gotta find
anything of
that.
this? Or the rumor's
Wow.
true?
Oh, we gotta find that shit, dude.
Really forgot about that.
Most every rumor you hear about Ravenloft are based in reality.
I would very much like to see it, as I don't know when I shall return.
And unfortunately, he is not on the first floor.
Damn.
Hey, at least we know.
Thank you for the information.
God, man. This is a full-fledged dungeon.
Oh, dude, yeah,
That we'll have to
the
come back to or
castle
something. But
Castle Ravenloft is like 80 pages in the map. I mean,
yeah,
in the book, 80 or 90 pages in the book.
Yeah,
it's
let's just do the
enormous.
first floor and
no,
leave.
it's the final dungeon.
Not the first floor. He wouldn't let us go walk around.
Yeah, but are you gonna risk stealing something while we're here and getting his ire and us all dying? Like,
Man is 100% watching us this whole time.
He didn't
yeah,
say we
I
couldn't
mean,
take
Probably
anything. He
all
just said
are.
we couldn't go upstairs or downstairs.
and Oglethorpe, are you not, a little bit,
Oh,
scattered in?
Oglethorpe wants to leave, but I'm saying Steven wants to go. And
Steven wants to
fucking
check it out.
damn straight
Right,
he
I'm
does.
getting
I could figure out a way to make Oglethorpe stay. You know, Irina won. That's easy enough right there. I could figure that. You know, we
But we
must,
can't go there. I mean,
we must find out my granddaughter. I will not leave without my
no,
granddaughter. There you go. Done.
I'm gonna calm emotions on Oglethorpe. Done.
I'm just saying, there's ways we can do it. I mean, it's a
Right, but that's the metagame part. We're in this thing. We all talked about all half of our first reactions were like, "Let's get the hell out of here." But one more we sit
yeah.
here and talk about it, we're metagaming and be like, "Okay, yeah, now we're interested in
Well,
paying
Jared
you know."
really wants us to stay because he's going.
I
There's
don't.
30 pins. There's fucking
I
30 pins here, dog.
I
Come on.
don't.
Well,
I don't care what you guys
he
think.
also really
He
wants
is
to kill us.
exactly. He's pulling that shit that Troy pulled with that little kid, saying,
Yeah,
"You
so
fucking
let's not fall
pussies."
for it and go.
I just, man, I want
Stella's
to see
gonna
this.
come.
Yeah, what's Stella want
Stella's
to do?
gonna come skipping down the hallway, and she's singing a little lullaby.
That's
One,
creepy.
two, Strahd is coming for you. 3, 4, close the door. 5, 6, get your crucifix.
Oh man, that's great. That's creepy as fuck.
7, 8, stay up late.
Mm-mm-mm.
9, 10, never sleep again. She's just gonna keep singing that over and over as she's skipping down the hall.
You
She
go
was
for the
already on my
carriage, and
list, but
he'll
now
follow
she's
you.
number 1 with a bullet.
She's on my list for sure. I got to get that goddamn book back. I mean, I need it bad.
All right, in or out?
Well, you know what cats
Yeah, if she
hate?
skips past you going
Water.
for the
Stay or go?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if we should stay or go.
Well, this is D&D. Let's
okay,
roll some dice.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I would vote to leave, but I think
leave.
that's what
And then
I
what's in.
Oglethorpe, would it change your mind if you saw Stella
So we
singing
got
that song
we've
and
got
going towards the carriage?
we got
You'd
two
follow her and
votes.
be like, "Ooh,
We got 2 votes for leaving. Ackles and Zlatan to vote to leave. Oglethorpe, what's Oglethorpe's vote? Not Stevens. What's Oglethorpe's vote?
Well, like I said, Oglethorpe is just he's beaten. His brow is beaten completely, and he is done. But then he
Okay.
saw Arena at the very end and was just trying so hard to even just stand up to follow her out of the room that he tripped and fell over his own robe. I mean, so he is definitely 100% about a 50-50 right now.
He's
about a 50-50.
100%
He's a
50-50.
50-50. He's a
That's your
50-50
next
to
Stella.
race for us,
go.
Jared.
Okay,
100%
so
50-50.
undetermined.
well, he
He's
needs
a
our help to move." So Raylan and Eckles and Saleem are carrying him out.
He's 100%
now
Stella,
that
ready
was
was
to
your
that was
vote?
leave
clever.
65% of the
He's a
time.
exactly.
60% of the time it
Stella.
works
100% of the
every
Stella.
time it
time.
works 60%
Okay,
of the
okay, okay.
time.
Stella, what's your vote?
Stella is just gonna kind of be skipping around, singing her song, just following the group and doing whatever that they're gonna do. She's just watching.
Y'all, what's your vote?
Fuck this castle. Fuck that creepy lady. I'm ready to bounce. I don't like this place. None of this
She
makes
was the
sense to me.
creepiest. Yeah.
I'm completely out of my element. I'm
She
ready
wanted to
to
see a red
go.
rocket.
Celine, what's your vote?
Well, Salim did say that he was helping Oglethorpe to the carriage um, because he originally was ready to go. It was completely metagaming to say that I would walk around. So I'm
Okay,
ready to go.
everybody's headed out except Stella's skipping down the hall. So Stella, you follow them out and continue to skip and sing.
Yep, she's gonna skip on up over to Aklis and hang out with her daddy dragon,
Ugh.
humming her tune.
All right.
Well, I'm going to say that Oglethorpe is kind of struggling against Rayland and Arkless just futilely, but we must save Arena. They can manhandle him. He's got a strength of 8, and he's just so old. Whatever. He's
Over
just
my shoulder.
yeah. He's just he's and there's like he's just trying anything to get out to Irina because he had totally forgotten about her that whole time, and now he's been woken up to it. So, but he will leave with you guys. So
So
I
as you
also
go
like
back out,
I make your rheumatiz act up.
exactly, don't want to
you go
does
out
that.
through the hall, into the grand hall, and then the double doors where the little entry foyer was, and you go into the little entry foyer where the dragon statues were. Give me a perception check, whoever. I would say probably not Oglethorpe because he is
Yeah, he's out of
trying
his.
so hard to, and maybe not Stella because she's doing whatever she's doing. Who got the nat 20?
What are those
That
red
was
lines?
quick.
What were those red lines? Do you see those
Yeah,
red
that was
Atlas
lines?
is paying a
badass.
lot of attention in the dragon statue area.
You guys see those red lines?
I
I
did
That was
see
saw
that.
that. That was
badass.
cool.
What was that?
No idea. That was sick.
Somebody got
Those are
some new
my, those are
dice.
my new, those are my new dice.
What are they? Do it
Roll
again.
again,
They're
James.
blood dice.
I haven't seen those,
Ah,
man.
yeah, that's
Roll a d20, just a
badass.
regular d20.
I'm trying. There we go. They keep rolling in place instead of. There we go.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
I want that.
that's pretty sick.
Okay, no, those
I
are
feel like
killer.
that should be D&D or DM only should have that, but that's okay.
I feel like those should be
Oh,
our barbarian, our beast barbarian,
Yeah, that's true
slicing
too.
with his claws.
So, Aklis, you notice that every single one of those dragon statues has shifted positions.
Uh-oh.
Oh hell.
And you rolled a natural 20, so you also notice that as you walk through this foyer, the eyes appear to follow you.
Gentlemen, I do not wish to be an alarmist, but I believe we should hasten our steps. We have overstayed our welcome here. And he kind of nods towards the heads of the dragons without trying to be too obvious about it. Right, just a
What
little
is
bit
your
circumspect.
feeling about this? Because you are dragonborn. Do you have
Exactly.
any familial recognition?
I asked on the way in whether I recognized any of the dragons, and it was a no.
I mean, they're just
Some
red dragons. I mean, there's nothing special about them. They're not super big. They're medium sized, so they're not real big. And they look like red dragons, small
What is
young
your
red
dragon
dragons.
heritage, James?
I'm green.
Green.
Some of the most evil of the
So
dragons
he's
are green.
Aklis is trying to just like usher people along. Come on, old man, move your feet.
Move your ass, get out of here.
He's already given up. He's just kind of dead weight almost in your hands. Like not dead weight, but he's just going along
I'll
with
say I
you.
only have a strength 8. Somebody want to
Not struggling.
help me over here?
He only
I have
weighs
a
like
strength of 10, so
he weighs like 80 pounds, I think.
So you make your way out in the courtyard. There is the carriage waiting for you.
He weighs 80 pounds, and that's without the spell book.
Exactly. Oh, Spellbook is mammoth.
Brad,
He
you want to
weighs,
talk to him again and see
it's
if they
mammoth.
All right,
Ackless
If they were
stands
going
by
to
the
take us
carriage, and
back to where
he's
we.
back at the dragon statues.
I load Oglethorpe into the carriage.
Okay, well,
Thank,
Atlas,
thank you.
I didn't hear what you said, Atlas.
Say it again, James. Turn on
I'm
your
sorry, I was
mic.
talking to my son. What's up?
I didn't hear
Say
what you
what you
said
said
about. You
again.
said something about the dragons when you walked out. I didn't hear what you
No,
said.
he's Ackless is basically he's last one in the carriage. He is staring back at the dragons
Okay.
to make sure that there's no pursuit.
Oh, that's
Basically,
cool.
he's
That's a
ushering
cool
everybody in.
shot.
Okay.
It's a
Anybody
cool
else?
visual.
Anything?
Is that elf guy? I've forgotten his name, Jared. What's the elf guy's name?
Rahadan.
Is he following us out, or he left? We left him back there.
He followed you out to the foyer, but he did not go outside.
Okay.
So you crawl into the carriage, and as soon as the door is closed, Celine, you back up on top again,
Yazabas.
and it starts heading down the road. And much like last time, you very quickly just doze off as it travels into the mist. And later, when the carriage comes to a stop, it is right where you left it at the Luna River crossroads.
All right. How long was the travel to and for?
You would say it's looking at everything, it's probably been 24 hours, start to finish.
All right. And we just need to start booking it that direction towards the winery. Hopefully, we can either
That's what
find
I
the
have.
kids
You can
or
reach out a
find the
message
bodies.
to the boys.
Wait, so where are we exactly on the map of Barovia again?
Can you share that?
Yep.
I'm gonna put it down in my
That's
quick
Yeah,
keys.
I've
I need
got
to
it.
share the DM map.
Don't share the DM map. We'll be
No,
able to
I'm
see
not. I'm
the.
not. I gotta. That's the one I've got in my hotkey, so I gotta find the other one.
I have it. Can I share it? I guess not.
I forgot to put that in my quick keys.
Because I was going back and reading through this stuff. I completely forgot about we need to go to that tower to go meet
Ooh, that's not the right one, Jared.
Is it got
That's the
pins?
wrong one. That's the wrong. That's just full Barovia. I didn't
Yeah,
know if you wanted.
that's what I thought you wanted.
Yeah, that's I was
Oh,
just asking because I was
have
going
we
back and
seen this
reading
Not
one
through the
that
yet?
one. Not
notes.
that one.
Yeah, we have it.
Oops.
We haven't seen this one.
Yeah,
X out of the one that I just shared, and I'm gonna reshare
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
not the right one, is it?
Yeah, this is the right
So
one.
that's the one I
here's
was.
the full map. This is the one you want.
Yep.
You got Lake Zarevich. You see right to the
Okay, yeah,
Do
south
you
of
remember
Lake
when we found the
Zarevich
gypsy
is
caravan
Valaki.
parked? This
yeah,
was the map we used for that.
yep. But
And
this
so
one
Because
you're
has
if we're
the
at these
A's and
crossroads, because I forgot about what was the guy's name that we met at the
Van Richten.
Mardikovs? Van Richten. Van Richten said he was going towards the tower, correct?
Mm-hmm.
no. It's
And
just the
that's
one he shared before. You guys said was right. Had all the little pins all over it. And this one is the right one
And
without
this
the
is the one you
pins,
should have. The one you
without the A's, B's, and C's.
please get rid of the one with the pins because
All right, share this one again then, because I do have the wrong one. All right,
You
okay.
don't
done.
want
So
the
we're
one with
right
A, B,
there.
C, and
Okay,
stuff on it. What?
cool.
okay. So you're right on that where I've got circled. You're at the Lunar River crossroads,
Right.
and you're coming from the eastern road, which is where Valaki was. So you're basically you can go to the north, you can go to the south, or you can go uh, in a westerly direction, like southwesterly direction.
Do we want to go to the Wizards of Wine? Do we want to go to that tower? Or do we want to go to those werewolves and try to save Yeska? Those are our three things that we had on
I
our
figured
agenda.
we'd try to check the kids, make sure they got there safe. That was what we did when we left.
Hold on just a second. How far away are we from the walls of Valaki?
Valaki is.
I mean, how far have we traveled?
1, 2, 3 hexes.
I mean, you didn't travel very far at all.
I didn't think so. There's Valaki. There we are. So we're right beside Valaki, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, you're several hours, hours, a couple hours out from Valaki.
Okay. Before we take another step forward, Oglethorpe is going to Stella. He's going to approach Stella and he's going to calmly say, "Young lady, I know you do not have Victor's spellbook. I know you do not have it with you at the present time." And he goes, "But you will tell me where it is immediately. Right now. Where is the spellbook? I have to have it."
She's just gonna look at you and roll her eyes and say, "I don't have your spell book, Victor."
Where is it? I'm not Victor. Where is it? Where did you put it?
I don't know where it is.
Yes, you do. Where is it? And he's like, his voice gets like just really loud. I don't have time for this.
She's gonna get a little nervous, and she's gonna start looking around, and she's gonna tell you one more time, I don't know where your book is," and she's gonna start walking away, heading over towards Aklis.
Give me a DC 16 con save.
Oh my gosh! Party on party violence.
You say a con save.
Con save, DC 16. With disadvantage because I'm going to use inspiration point.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Speaking of inspiration, did I get one for my journal entry?
Did I
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
just trade her the catnip coin? What's going on, man?
All right, you failed. So Oglethorpe takes his hand and puts it out to you facing, he says, just splay it out facing the ground, and then he takes it and he flips it upward and makes a fist and raises you up into the air 20 feet with levitate. And he says, "Where is the spell book? Tell me now." 20 feet, you go up in the air immediately. And you're just hanging there.
She's gonna start screaming, "Victor, I don't have your book!" And she's gonna say, "Somebody help me!"
Where is
Atlas
it?
is going to step up to Oglethorpe, grab him by the
Oglethorpe?
robes, and shake him, try to break his
No.
concentration.
Oglethorpe will. Yeah. Are we in combat? Are we in combat? Let's get in combat then. You can't. Yeah, I mean,
We can roll initiative if you want.
let's roll. Yeah,
Do
let's
it.
roll initiative.
Roll
Okay.
initiative.
Oh man,
Everybody.
All I did was levitate her. All I did was levitate her. I'm not hurting her.
dude.
Yeah. Break his concentration, and she'll fall 40 feet.
She's only 20 feet right now.
She's a
20
cat.
feet.
She's a cat.
That's true.
She'll land.
She'll land on her feet. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
And take 2d4 or 2d6 damage.
What did Oglethorpe get? I don't even know where my thing is.
Didn't look
Did
like
you
you
roll
rolled it.
Oglethorpe? I don't see that you rolled.
I didn't roll my initiative?
No.
All right.
Nope.
It doesn't look like it. Oh, good roll.
All right.
All right. So you came up to me, so I get to go before him, right?
Salim, it's Salim's turn in the combat track. You see all this going on. Oglethorpe has lifted Stella up into the air. Aklis is striding in that direction. Oglethorpe is yelling. Stella's yelling. What do you do, Celine?
First thing I gotta do though is I've got to roll my wild magic real quick.
Well, roll your wild magic. Good.
Let me roll my wild magic.
Your senility magic.
Senility, I'm sorry. Natural 20, so nothing's happening. Oglethorpe is like pissed. And he's screaming, "Where is the book? Tell me now!"
Salim is going to plant himself between Oglethorpe and Aklis, and he's going to raise. He has no weapons out. He's got his shield is put up. He's just got his hands up, and he's just like, "They're adults. Let them figure it out. Let them figure it out." And he's. But if Aklis tries to push through him, he will try to stop him. So I guess he's ready to action.
Okay. Stella, you have all of a sudden found yourself levitated up 20 feet up in the air as Oglethorpe is berating you. He's chastising you vehemently. How do you respond?
She's
angry and she's terrified at the same time, and she's
terrified at the same
screaming
time.
at.
Okay, wait,
Screaming at.
I'm getting a bunch of echo. Or is everybody else getting echo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Seems better.
Okay. So she's terrified, but she's also really angry, and she's screaming at Adam, saying, "I knew you were there, Victor. I knew it was you. You can't do this to me anymore." And she's gonna yell, "Sunshine, DD, help me! Please help me!" And then she's gonna keep yelling, "Victor, you can't keep doing this to me."
Just traumatized. Yeah, I think that you would see this sheer terror. Anybody looking up at her can just see that she's completely and totally traumatized by Oglethorpe right now. Believes he's Victor, her tormentor that put her through, who knows how much abuse and terror and just awful treatment. All right, Oglethorpe.
Oglethorpe is going to say to her, look, young lady, I know that you have been through a lot with this Victor, but I am clearly not him. But I have to have his book. It's of the utmost importance to me to rebuild my own spell book. You will give it to me now. You will give it to me now. You will tell me where it is. Now! And he will raise her up another 20 feet in the air. So now she's 40 feet in the air. That's his turn. Oh, he will also. No, he's just focusing on her. He's not focusing on anybody else. Because I mean, did Aklis say anything or not? It wasn't his turn.
Well, it's not his turn yet.
Okay, he hadn't. He did. If he said something, I was gonna do something to Aklis real quick.
Yeah, he
but
hadn't gotten to go yet. So.
All right. So he raises her another 20 feet up into the air. And he's like, tell me where the book is. I have to have it. He's blind because of Bravos. Mm-hmm. He's got to have the book so he can get his power back, So he doesn't care what she thinks. So that's Oglethorpe's turn.
Yeah, he's just got one thing on his mind: getting
one thing
his powers
so he can beat
Bravos.
Exactly.
All right, Miss Latin.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep. You sound great.
Finally. Took me 2 hours, but my earbuds are working.
You sound
Druid
good.
circle.
I put him.
And he's gone again.
I'm
Okay. You sound great.
They look like they've been working all night. I mean, the display, I mean, it says they're connected. Y'all can't hear me when I'm using them, but now you can. I don't know. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'd like to do an insight check and see if it occurs to me that perhaps she has. What am I missing? I know I'm missing my bone saw. Am I missing my whole medicine kit, or what am I missing? My entire medicine kit?
I think it was the
Yeah,
entire
dude.
medicine kit.
Healing potion, I think you put inside there too.
Yeah, everything that was in
Yeah.
there, I think. So I'm going to do an insight check and see if it occurs to me that perhaps she's the culprit.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
all of
no.
a sudden, it just um
That's a
it just
28 with guidance, bruh.
Just
yeah,
clicks.
it just clicks.
It all makes sense now.
And I look up at her and I say, "We are your friends, we are your companions. You cannot take our property from us. I know that you took my medicine kit as well as Oglethorpe's book. You must return these things to us. We mean you no harm, but companions do not steal from one another. You must make amends." That's my turn.
She just
Okay.
she just looks at Miroslav and says, "I just wanted the dart. I don't have his book."
I know you don't have it, Missy. I need to know where it is.
All right. It's Aklas's turn. And yeah, just so you're clear, she just wanted that dart that made people sleep, is what she said.
Just so you're clear too, Oglethorpe knows she doesn't have it. He had Calamus while everyone was sleeping during the long rest. Roll stealth and perspective checks to go through her shit while everybody was sleeping. He knows she doesn't have it. He needs to know where it is, what she did with it. I know she took it. He thinks she took it. He's pretty sure she took it, but
Yeah, I'm
maybe
confident.
100%
He's
50-50
pretty
chance.
sure.
100% 50-50 chance.
I am now confident that she took it as well, based on my roll. It is my belief that she took it.
Yep. And before the last session, Steven sent me a text and said, I want to roll stealth and investigation
For Calamus.
and see for Calamus to see if she's got it in her pack. And it just so happens that she does not have it. So do with that what you will. Aklas, it is your turn.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to walk up. Salim, you are between me and Oglethorpe, right?
That is correct.
All right. So I'm going to stride up, and I assume you're
Now,
going
and
to.
remember, this is evil Aklas because he is now evil.
Oh, I forgot he's evil Aklas. We
Oh,
don't know
shit.
that though,
Yeah.
right?
You
Did
don't
we
know.
hear the
you guys don't
Tiamat
know
thing?
that.
Did we
You
hear the
guys don't know
Tiamat
that.
prayer though?
No.
Did
no.
we?
Yeah,
Did we hear that?
I wouldn't know.
I
don't
wouldn't know
think I
either.
heard it.
I thought he was awful good as the day is long. So, but go ahead.
You got to listen to his backstory again.
Well, I know. No, what I'm saying is I don't know your backstory. Oglethorpe doesn't. But I mean,
Oh yeah.
the way you've been role playing him has been pretty like lawful good kind of character, like with the kids
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But I'm saying I didn't hear I heard the Tiamat prayer. I don't think Oglethorpe heard it. So we don't know that
Right.
you're evil. So we all think you're still this really good guy. So
Yeah.
all right.
And in the right circumstances, he is
Yeah.
still
Makes
good.
sense.
Yeah. So Aklas walks up, and I assume Salim's going to hold a hand out. He's not going to try to
I've got
push
my
back
hands
Salim.
up.
He's not that stupid.
I'm not being a front. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying,
Yeah. Just
let them work it out. He's not hurting her. Let them work it out.
and Aklas is going to say, "Oglethorpe, you damn old fool." The stick isn't working. Try the carrot. Trade her for the coin. She'll give you the information for the damn coin.
Okay.
Let her down now.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Before he responds, I'm just going to let everybody else kind of go get their turn, and then I'm going to let him respond at the. All right,
I'm
y'all.
I'm just kind of taking this all in, getting, kind of standing underneath, watching them both fight it out. I'm gonna probably ready any healing just in case he does just drop her, but I'm not gonna get real involved right now. I haven't had, as far as I know, I haven't had to take anything stolen, so this is all new to me.
You're still reeling from the icy cold touch of. I have to go back and look at her names. Hand on your face.
Yeah. At that point, I'm just so freaked out about the whole dinner. Never been into any big castle or anything like that. The whole situation has got me. I'm
He's
not
never been
thinking
touched
about
by a
anything
woman.
really. Not in this form.
Well, she was stroking your fur and rubbing your belly, and she
You get freaky, dog.
All
was.
right.
Less freaky and more of that old woman hand on your face.
Your
Can I
back
not
leg was
go?
stumping on the ground while she was touching.
Well, oh, did you get? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Yep. Raylan, your turn.
God damn, you're gross, Jeff.
I
I'm
didn't realize
gonna
he had advanced it, and I think, or might have advanced it right at the same time. So.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna ready calm emotions in case anything gets a little bit more out of hand, and I'm gonna say this is quite ridiculous. There's only so many places you could put it. We could all just empty our gear and see if it falls out, or she might have left it in the castle, or she might have left it someplace else. Who knows?
That's what I'm trying to find out where she left
This is
it.
not the way to do it, though. Being this aggressive, could have talked to us to say, "Hey, conversation," but no. So I'm
I've asked
holding
her
calm emotions.
10 times where the goddamn book is.
Very aggressive, like an asshole.
Campfire. We need a campfire.
She's already scared of you, and now you make it worse.
God damn, this is why this generation. That's the way it is.
Which generation?
The younger generation.
You've lived through many of them.
All right.
He was asleep for most of them.
That's true. Heckle just says, "Golly, y'all," and he does it
Perfect.
second. So at the
Great.
so I'm gonna, unless somebody wants to do something, because Oglethorpe is now at the end of the initiative order. So unless somebody wants to do something else, um, we'll
Let
go
him
to
react.
Oglethorpe.
Yeah. Let him react to the Ackles and everything else.
All right, Oglethorpe is just furiously mad at this point because he's asked her where the book was. She says she didn't have. He asked her if she had it. She said no. He asked her where it was. She says she doesn't know, which he knows she does. So he's going to say to her, he's going to say, "You may think you're a cat, my dear, but you're human, and your bones will break just as a human's will." And he's going to raise her another 20 feet, 60 feet up in the air. And he's going to say, "Tell me where the book is." This
So you
is
didn't
your
listen to
friend.
Ackles when he was talking? I
Nope.
thought you were. Oh.
Nope. He listened to him, but I mean, I was just playing around earlier. He hears it, but he's just he wants her to tell
Too far
him
gone.
right. Yeah, he's infuriated, and he's just done with this. "I'm tired of this nonsensical cat tomfoolery. You're a girl. Tell me where the book is. Tell me where the book is. Your bones will break, I assure you, when you fall." And he raised her another 20 feet to 60 feet.
All
And
right.
that's the end of his
I
turn.
want
She's
to
just
be
gonna
able to.
scream
amputate your leg should
She's
you
gonna
need it because I am missing my bone saw.
You well, when we find but the book, we can find the bone saw, and you can amputate her
Yes,
legs.
that's a good point. If I had the bone saw.
If we all work together, we can break her legs and amputate them.
Teamwork makes the dream work,
she's
yes.
she's gonna scream out, DD, promise to protect me.
Oh, playing the guilt card on Atlas.
It's totally going to work too.
Okay, so and that was
You can let
Stella's
dice
turn.
decide.
Stella, anything else?
You're 60 feet up in the air right now. I mean, I
Um,
was at, I was on a fifth floor of a building that was about 20 stories at my doctor's office, and I looked down and I was like, God damn, this is only the fifth floor. You're 60 feet up in the air. It was so high. It was just crazy. You're 60 feet up in the air, dangling there
Above the
with
crossroads.
this exactly with this old man with his gnarled hand out, just angry as hell, yelling at you, berating you.
Get off my lawn,
Just
you kids.
you are, yeah, exactly. Get off my fucking lawn. No, you are within his grasp. Just your life depends on it right now. It could be 66. That's 30 points if I roll all sixes, which I will.
Okay, that's enough table talk.
I'm just kidding.
she's
I'm just trying to.
she's
I'm just trying to
she's
make her know of her
terrified.
situation. She's way up in the fucking air.
She's she's aware of her situation. She is absolutely terrified of Oglethorpe. Um, she looks at Miroslav and again repeats, "I just wanted the dart." And then she's going to continue to scream for Dee Dee and also Sunshine. She's going to scream, "Sunshine, please help me. Dee Dee,
Tell
promise
me
to
where the
protect
book
me."
is. Tell me where the book is, and
"I
no one will
don't
get
have
hurt.
your damn book,
I know
Victor.
you don't have it. I need to know where it is. Tell
Okay,
me where it is, and no one will get hurt.
Don't know where
I
you.
don't
Celine.
know where your book is."
Celine,
Or
it's your
actually,
turn.
quite like Victor.
Crap, I don't know if I should do this or not. Um,
Pulls out his longbow and he shoots Stella
no, I
right
don't
through
have
the
a
heart.
longbow. What I do have is a spell called Crown of Madness.
Oh,
It won't hurt her. All right. He is going to cast Crown of Madness.
you are ganging up on the only girl in the room.
I'm gonna
The only
roll.
thief in the group.
I'm
The
gonna
only
roll
thing
this
that
this
I could always own the
DC.
truth tomorrow. I mean, geez, guys.
She
Losing
has to
half
make
our
a
audience.
DC. What is it? That's can't be right. DC 17.
No, that's not right. That's higher than mine. I've got 20 intelligence.
Oh wait, here we go. Hold on.
What's your charisma?
It's not a charisma based spell. It's wisdom.
Well, it's
It's
no.
so
That's it's your charisma though. What's your charisma? That's your spellcasting ability.
Mhm.
What's your charisma?
um so it'll be DC 14.
There you go.
DC 14 wisdom save.
It's her wisdom. You see what I'm saying? It's your
Right.
charisma
Yeah, she makes the wisdom save
spellcasting
against
ability.
All
your
right. So
charisma spell.
uh you do hear me do it though. Everybody hears me cast it because it is verbal and somatic. So he's no longer holding you back because he has to use spell components. Um, although I don't think I ever put my hands on you. So anyway, he rolls this save on Stella, and she
Mm.
fails. Um, and for all of us standing down on the ground, um, you are now charmed for up to 1 minute. Um, we see a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on your head, and your eyes start to glow with a madness. And I tell her to tell Oglethorpe where the book is.
So here's what Crown of Madness does. The charm target must use its action before moving on each of its turn to make a melee attack against a creature
Oh,
other
so
than
actually that
itself
doesn't
that
work,
you
really,
mentally
does it?
choose.
Hmm.
The target can act normally on its turn if you don't choose any creature for it to attack.
Oh, so that doesn't
So
work. Well, I saw
it wants
charmed,
to
and I thought
attack the nearest.
it's the charm to attack. Well, I didn't do that then because I didn't read it. Um,
God
crap.
damn it, Jeff.
I know. I'm sorry.
Just attack Oglethorpe. Get it over with. I'm just joking.
Shit.
I bash
I want to
Oglethorpe
make
in
her
the head with
talk because Salim also believes that there is something very shady about Stella. Um, well, you say
She's just
she's
a victim
60
of
feet up in the
abuse,
air?
60 feet up. Yep. She's
a
dangling
victim
there.
of psychological torture and physical abuse. And this is what you guys are doing to her.
It's
Well,
pretty fucked up.
that doesn't work either. I
Super
can't.
fucked up.
I thought about darkness, casting darkness, but that's on myself, and it's in a 60-foot circle. So, damn it, I really can't do anything to her. So,
Oglethorpe's just mad. She took his book and he wants it back and she
all
won't
right,
tell
I
him
tell
where
you
it's
what,
at.
really the only thing I can
We get
do
it.
is
He needs it. He needs it, dude.
he's
He
going
needs it.
Oh, we get
to
it.
try and intimidate Stella to tell Oglethorpe where the book is. That's just what he's gonna do. He's just gonna try just an intimidation check.
Okay.
I don't think you understand the situation you're in. You better tell him. He looks really mad.
What's the minus on that one?
Minus 23. That it's up to you, Stella. There's not really a DC for that. That's a big roll, but it's up to you, and you know where you are, your mindset, and everything else. I mean, you're already scared shitless because you're 60 feet in the air.
It's high.
Um, she's gonna kind of look around at everyone, um, and she's gonna start crying, and she's gonna say she slipped it in the Raven Boys pack before they left.
What was his name? Brom?
Brom.
Brom or
Brom,
Bray.
Bray, and Brom.
So we know now we need to
She
go to the
says that.
Wizards of Wine to get it back.
All right. So as soon as she says that, Oglethorpe takes his hand that's facing upward, and he makes his hand release its grasp into this just nice calm palm, and he turns it downward, and he slowly lowers her
Into
to
the
the
river.
ground.
I mean,
Yeah, into the acid. No, slowly lowers her to the ground, and then he walks over to her before she even hits the ground. As soon as calmly touches the ground, because and here's the one thing too. Well, I'll also finish this. He says to her, "It's like, thank you, my dear. I never intended to hurt you. All I wanted was the truth. I appreciate it." And then he walks away with his. That's all he does. And for the record, I could not have hurt her. I could end the spell, and they just slowly float to the ground. It was impossible for me to hurt her with that. That's the way the spell works. I just wanted to scare her into telling me where it was. And thank you, Salim, for helping me find out where the book was. And then he walks away
he
because he's
nods his head
madder
to
than
you.
fuck right now. He's just madder than fuck right now that she took it. And he doesn't care right now that she thinks that he's Victor. He doesn't give a two shits. He's so mad at her right now for taking the book. He really is.
And,
He's just
and
it's setting
Stella,
back.
what what are you feeling right now? Oglethorpe has done this to you, and Salim and Zlatan Miroslav clearly took his side. Um, Aklis kind of tried to help, but not really. Y'all and Heckle just pretended like nothing was going on. Heckle. I mean, y'all are still pissing his pants from dinner. What what's Stella
He's too
feeling
tired
right
to piss his pants.
Aklis is good.
Yeah,
Aklis is still
that's
going to do
also
something.
true.
now? Aklis is still what?
He's still going to do something.
Okay, all right. Okay, well,
He,
let's go on to your turn. So
he's
Slim did his
he's going to
thing.
walk up. He's going to, as soon as Oglethorpe turns around from her, he's going to punch him full in the mouth.
All right, roll an attack. It's an
I don't have
unarmed
a
attack.
unarmed. I
Just
don't
roll a
have it unarmed,
d20
so
and
I'm just
add
going.
your strength.
Add your strength modifier to the punch.
-1.
Strength check.
It'll be one. Yeah, it'll be
No, I
one
don't. I mean,
d4.
it's a 0 because I've just got a 10.
That's a hit.
13. Okay.
You do 1 point of damage.
Pow!
So, bam! Right. I'm gonna say
Right
Oglethorpe
in the
falls.
kisser.
And he,
I'm gonna say
yeah,
Oglethorpe
and
goes prone.
he'll say,
Okay.
never do that to a child again. She is damaged enough before you got your hands on her.
Do you,
Oglethorpe is. Go ahead.
do you respond?
Oglethorpe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oglethorpe. He's he falls to the ground, and his teeth are. His mouth's bloodied, and his nose is bloodied where he hit him, and he looks up at Aklis, and he wipes the blood from his beard, whatever. He takes his beard actually and wipes it away and lets it fall, and he crawls away a little bit just to get out of his reach, and he stands up, and he looks at him and he says, "Never get in the way of me again, if you know what's good for you." And he walks away.
I do what's good for her.
Hey, Oglethorpe just doesn't say
And he
anything. He
walks
just
over. Yeah, Aklis walks away too. He walks over to Stella, tries to comfort her, says, "Let's find some more milk."
All right. So it was mid morningish when you guys got back here, and you kind of got yourself settled, and now this has been going on. And I mean, wow, I did not expect any of that, and I gotta take a temperature. I know where Aklis is. I know where Oglethorpe is. I know where Stella is. I, I need to take the temperature of the rest of you. I mean, Celine, where's your head right now? If you think
Well,
about, think about the last 24 to 48 hours. Where is your fucking head?
I feel like this party has a definite rift in it now. And I think it's all Stella's fault. And I think that if I thought that Stella could have charmed Aklis somehow, that's why he's doing this.
What are you thinking about being told? Go to the ruins of Verez, and you may find your mother. Think about that. I mean, is the whole situation with Stella even that big of a deal compared to that having that bombshell dropped on you?
Well, so since we've been here, so many claims have been made, so many lies have been told, at least perceived lies,
Mm-hmm.
that Salim feels like everybody is just out to make chaos. That you can't
Okay.
trust, except for certain people in this immediate group. There is no one that he trusts to tell the truth. So
Yeah, except for the crazy old man.
maybe this place would hold some keys to his mother. Maybe that's where his mother died. Maybe that's where he'll learn that Isaac and Arena are his brothers and sisters. But as of right now, I mean, and also maybe he doesn't want to find out. Maybe it would just be too much to find out that it is really all true.
That's heavy.
Okay. Reverend, where's your head? I mean, you saw some crazy shit like everybody else, but you had a little less
Yeah,
shocking
I would
interactions at the table.
I would say I also, this place is a place of darkness and I thrive upon light. I can tell it's having its effects on everyone. Um, I'm not pleased with.
Definitely.
I'm not pleased with. I understand from Oglethorpe's backstory and seeing that person has put him in a state. I understand that, but I do not agree with his tactics. When we first met Stella, I do believe I rolled an insight check and could tell that she would do what she needed to survive, kind of feeling like she would go along with us to placate, but then, still have her stuff going on. So I
Definitely.
do believe she probably has stolen things. And I can zone of truth when if I take a rest and get a spell, I plan to kind of maybe sit there and talk and find the actual truth, whether that's the truth or not. Um, I think that it's just a lot. I will look at Oglethorpe differently. Not necessarily super like
Sure.
not travel with him, but it's more of a just a wary eye because we know that Stella was traumatized with stuff, and whether she's guilty or not, like that was extreme. Whether or not she was going to be safe, it was just one of those things. Like he could have come to any of us instead of repeatedly going after her. He could have confided in his group, but everybody's being so secular, and he's been driven by this super strong, need for power to thwart his main villain. So I'm upset because
Oglethorpe,
seeing Arena,
Oglethorpe's been
it.
traumatized as well. He's been
Oh,
traumatized.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've
yeah.
all been
Traumatizes,
traumatized.
traumatizes others.
Exactly.
Yes,
I
everybody.
think
But
that's
yeah,
what's happening right now.
yeah. And
It's, we're all
I have the
reaching our
least
limits.
like. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm one of the more in the group, probably. Thinking to myself like, I think I am one of the most trustworthy in trying to, at least try to
No
make things
doubt.
deal and stuff like that, and trying
No
to
doubt.
always placate and try to be like, okay, let's get it all together, be on the same page on stuff. But there's so much different stuff. It's just really hard to, you know, pick a lane and
You're in a
stuff.
different. You're a difficult spot, bro. I mean, real
Yeah, I mean,
difficult.
it's one of those things. I don't have a super quest. I was on a quest to find artifact of Soon or something for the light in this darkness, and maybe I am the light that needs to be here in this darkness to try to shed more or something. That's a lot, but it's also I don't have any personal, like attachment to anything other than now Arena, knowing she's still charmed and the
God damn
regret
it.
of the sun on her red hair, like Soon.
All right, Zlatan Miroslav, how about you? Where's your head right now? You decided that Stella stole your medicine kit, and she's admitted so much by saying she just wanted the dart.
Yeah.
And you've been told to seek the druids for some insight onto your state, which
Yeah.
has been very confusing to you from the beginning.
I'm very
And
interested to follow that advice and to
Split the party.
seek the druids for get some information. As far as Stella goes, I've always thought she was just a delusional, kind of silly girl. She's, obviously she's delusional that she's a cat. She's completely untrustworthy. She's good in a fight, and she's Seems
She
like
does
a nice
creepy shit
person,
like
and she.
saying 1, 2, Strahd's
Coming
coming
for you.
for you. I mean, come on, come on.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. That was
So
creepy
I
as
mean,
fuck. She was
Is she
skipping.
mischievous or is she
I, tr- I
devious? That's the
yeah,
thing.
I
Like,
trust her in a fight, but I don't trust
That
her.
was creepy as hell. I'm sorry, guys, man.
I don't trust her not to do something mischievous, and she certainly isn't truthful with us. I mean, we had to ask, Glithorpe had to ask her multiple times,
I had to threaten her.
and never did get a straight answer until he
I
went to
had to
great
threaten her.
extremes.
Yeah.
She was elusive in her answers. She kept saying, "I don't have it." Yeah, well, that's not what I'm asking. Where is it? You took it. You took where did you? If you took it, where did you have it? The fact that you don't have it on you now is not answering the question. So,
The most remarkable thing about Tut telling me he wanted to make that roll is no shit. 30 minutes before he sent me that, Jen sent me a text saying what she wanted to do with the spell book.
You gotta be kidding me! You naughty little girl! You are naughty, Jen. You are
So
naughty, 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 naughty,
so
naughty.
as soon as you sent me that Tut, I was like, fuck yeah, this is great. Because she
Oh
had, I
my
mean, I'm
god.
telling you, 30 minutes, no joke. She said, "This is what I'm going to do with the spell book,"
I love you,
and
Jen.
then
I'm
and
never
then you
playing
sent
D&D
that.
without you again. Ever.
It
Ever.
was
You're
great.
amazing.
I was
You're
so
amazing.
excited.
Great role play on my
I'm
part.
definitely not as upset about my medicine kit as Oglethorpe is about that spell book. I mean, it has some sentimental value and it has some utility, but I mean, I'm not beyond that. I'm just kind of perturbed that I got to keep my eye on her because who knows what she'll steal next? Something more important that I need, or I'll be in a fight and all of a sudden I won't. I'll reach down and I'm missing what I need.
All of a sudden, your
Might
shadow will
be,
be gone.
could be I'm missing my shadow. Could be I'm not going to have components that I need to cast spells.
True.
One other thing I'd like to add about Salim's state of mind, on top of all the other stuff that I laid out, he has gone from a lawful good paladin of Mialiki to having no deity, and he's been metamorphosizing into something completely different from a paladin. So he might be following the same path as some others.
Okay, y'all. I think we know where you are, but
Yeah, but at the same time, I think if anything, that castle did something. Something in that castle had us all fucked up. Now we're all as soon as we leave, everybody's at each other's throat.
Yeah.
So
You know,
I think that, especially since I've never seen a castle like that or any building really that big ever. No, I think that something happened from it. I think there's probably, especially being a cleric, I think that it might be, something about that place is cursed. And as soon as we left, now we're at each other's throats,
yep.
just super confused. And I didn't know anything about Stella stealing any of that stuff beforehand until right now. So I'm also seeing, Oglethorpe's been on emotional roller coaster back and forth within the last day even. Um, and then at the same time, Stella's never really fully been there. So I think if anything, it's more I'm focused on Strahd and the castle because I think that
what did that
something
castle
there
do to us?
really, yeah, something really that's what the wall is between us at this point. That's what I think. I
You were
think that
brought
Yeah.
there not for him to find out about you, but for him to cast a spell on your party.
yeah.
Or just
So
to fuck
I
with our
think
heads, man.
yeah, I think that carriage and that whole dinner party was set up. That's what I'm starting to put together now. It's the whole reason he did that. We were so unified and strong as we left Valaki, and now after a single dinner party, now we're literally lifting each other 60 feet up in the air.
Love it. Okay, Oglethorpe.
Yeah.
Anything for you? Anything that you want to add about Oglethorpe State now that he's been told where the book is?
Yeah. Like I said, Oglethorpe, he was just demolished in
Just
there.
gutted.
I mean,
Just
just
completely
just
gutted.
good. Exactly. There was hardly anything left, and he just his guilt alone, from that. And he also doesn't want that to happen to. Believe it or not, whether you think it or not, he thinks of all of you guys like he did his old party. I mean, I know we've only been together for weeks or months or whatever now, but he trusts you guys with his life. But it's getting to where after seeing her, it's put up or shut up. He knows that she's here and Strahd, good fucking lord, and Irene is gone. And then he finally finds a book that can help him, Victor's book, to get Opus back to where it was, because once he can get Opus back to where it was and manifest him, dude, he is going to be so powerful, it's unbelievable, and he knows he's going to need all that. And as soon as he gets a hold of this book, and it's not the end all be all, but for right now, it can jump him to the next level in power. As soon as he gets it, bam! We meet this girl and it's gone. You know, and he just loses his fucking shit. And he just knows he's got to have the book. He knows he took it. She took it. He knows she doesn't have it. He knows she put it somewhere. So bam, he lifts her up in the air and intimidates the shit out of her. But there's no way he can hurt her with that spell, and he knows it. But he's trying to scare the shit out of her to tell him where that book is. Because if he dismisses the spell, it says in the spell she just lightly floats to the ground. No matter how high she is. He can only lift her 60 feet. That's not going to do that much damage to her. 66, whatever. He doesn't know that. But he can't hurt her with that spell. And he knows that. But he's trying his hardest to intimidate the shit out of her because he is on his last legs here. And he knows she's got it. And he knows she is throwing a wrench in the party. He just knows she is. He knows that Miroslav's book's gone. I mean, a bag is gone with his bone saw and the darts, and she's saying, "I just wanted the darts." But he knows she stole it. He knew that she stole his book, and he knew she didn't have it. Calamus searched it out 30 minutes before she said she took it away.
He went
Brilliant,
full Alec
but
Baldwin.
it was great. It was great, man. I mean, it just that she took it. I just thought it was great.
And
Go ahead.
and on top of all that, you saw your granddaughter in the
Exactly.
clutches of Strahd,
He's lost his
and
mind.
she had no idea you were even in the room.
Yeah, he's lost his mind.
Stella, last but certainly not least, where is your head right now?
Um, I mean, Stella was definitely terrified. I think, even she was on the fence about whether or not Oglethorpe was Victor, but she's quite convinced that Victor is in there because why else would he want the book so badly? Um, and
And how else
she's
could he treat her so badly if it wasn't him, right?
exactly. It just was all flashbacks to her time with Victor, and she's just a crumpled mess, and she's she's leaning heavily on Atlas right now, and just going to kind of get her cat self back, and kind of go into her comfort, maybe sleep some of it off. Um, but she's definitely ruffled and
I did get
terrified even more of Oglethorpe.
I did get Atlas. I did get your state of mind
Not directly.
right. Okay, Atlas, what's your state of mind? Last but and least.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know.
Wow.
He just decked the old man. He's
He just what?
flirting, right?
Oh
He
yeah.
just decked the old man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aklis is he is really upset with himself for lashing out at Oglethorpe physically because it is who he used to be. I don't know if I ever told you guys explicitly, but he had a criminal background before the brewery, so that was his original background.
Wow.
Yeah, so he had a criminal background, and he went straight. He went straight. and he
Ah.
founded the brewery, and he kind of started mingling with the bureaucracy and so forth. Made a friend who asked him to be the godfather for his daughter and all that, right? So now this is going back. This is taking a huge step backward for him, and he is really upset with himself. But his first priority is Stella, because even if she is 16, 18 plus, her state of mind is such that he wants to treat her as a child, that he wants to care for her as a child.
Guys, this was
I would like to nominate Robin Ventura to play acolytes.
Robin Ventura or Jesse Ventura?
Robin.
Guys, you're at the crossroads, literally and figuratively. North, south, west. When we come back next week, you will need to tell me which way you're going.
You don't want to know before that?
Nope.
Okay, well,
you can tell
which
me.
way? Which?
You're good.
Put it in a text. Which way is which?
Okay. We'll do.
Let's
Good
never
job,
stop.
guys.
Let's never stop playing D&D. Let's don't. Let's keep going. This is too good. I don't ever want to fucking stop, man. Just drink coffee. Lots of coffee. Let's go.
I'll play as often as you guys want to play.
This was the best, man. God.
Next Sunday is daylight savings time, so now everybody remember to reset your clock so we don't have any late people or early people, I guess.
God, this was
All
good.
right. Great job, guys. Well done.
Very good. Very good.
I'm going to. I promised you all the other night I was going to send my backstory for ATOS for the Waterdeep group, but I'm just going to send it to everybody. So some of you may not appreciate it, but I'm going to email that here.
Oh, that's fun. Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll send Red Rexes too. That was awful fun.
So guys, enjoyed that thoroughly. That was great.
That was great.
And
Awesome.
we will get into it next Sunday, and I can't wait to play some more crazy vampires. That was fun.
That was good.
Inspiration point for everybody. It was great. Well done.
You guys every one of you was so good that nobody gets a point.
We
canceled each other out.
It's a push.
We canceled each other's. Yeah, it's all a push.